I call on Leader of Government Business.
Mr. Speaker, before I move my motion, if the Parliament pleases, may I inform Parliament that we have resumed Parliament as ordered by Supreme Court. This is an extraordinary sitting in compliance with the Supreme Court order. Mr. Speaker.
Members, I thank you for your attendance. This is a special meeting of the House. You know that we have been ordered by the Supreme Court at such short notice. The Supreme Court on Tuesday, 12th of June, handed down a decision in SCC number 3 of 2016, an application by the Leader of the Opposition pursuant to Section 18 of the Constitution for Parliament to be recalled to introduce, debate and vote upon a motion of no confidence in the Prime Minister, the Honourable Peter O'Neill, within 5 days, inclusive of Tuesday, 12th July 2016. Honourable Members, this will be the only item of business for the House in this sitting. And Honourable Members, the Supreme Court made certain declarations contained in the orders issued on Tuesday, 12th July 2016, including a declaration that the Parliament's decision in failing to conduct the meeting of the Parliament on 8th June 2016 in such a way as to facilitate the introduction of the said motion of no confidence in Parliament, thereby preventing debate by Parliament on the no confidence motion lodged on 7th June 2016, was unreasonable or inconsistent with or in breach of the Constitution and declared that unconstitutional and invalid. On this basis, the Supreme Court ordered the recalling of Parliament and further ordered that the Clerk of Parliament place the notice as the first item of business on the first day of the sitting that the Parliament was to be recalled on. Similarly, the Supreme Court declared that the motion of no confidence in the Prime Minister, lodged with the Speaker on the 7th of June 2016, complied with the technical requirements of Section 145 of the Constitution and Standing Orders 22 and 130. Honourable Members, this effectively means that the Supreme Court, in my views, usurped the powers of the Permanent Parliamentary Committee on Private Business to declare the motion of no confidence to be in order. The Parliament was put in a situation where the notice of motion for a vote of no confidence in the Prime Minister was to be introduced, then debated, and finally voted on in today's sitting of the House in compliance with the Supreme Court orders in direct contravention of the relevant provisions of the Constitution. However, at approximately 11:30 this morning, the Chair received from the Supreme Court an ancillary order containing the orders that contains the order that 1, Parliament meet today at 2 p.m. to comply with the orders number 7 and 8 for Parliament to introduce the motion and to adjourn for 1 week to Friday, 22nd July 2016, for the motion to be moved, debated, and voted on in accordance with Section 145, subsection 1b of the Constitution. And secondly, that these orders take effect forthwith. Honourable Members, this is one of the clearest times that the Judiciary has encroached on the Legislature in complete contravention of the doctrine of separation of powers in the orders that it issued on Tuesday, 12 July 2016 and the ancillary order of Friday, 15 July 2016. As a direct result of the Supreme Court orders, the Legislature has been forced to breach provisions of the Constitution, the organic law on the calling of meetings of Parliament, and of course the standing orders. This latest ancillary order, in my view, is contrary to the principles of natural justice enshrined in Section 59 of the Constitution. At any rate, now that the Supreme Court has clarified the position, the prudent thing to do in this situation for this Parliament would be to follow their order and introduce the motion today and adjourn for 7 days, as required by Section 145, subsection 1b of the Constitution, whereby debate and vote on motion shall be the next order of business. Honourable Members, at this juncture, the Chair would like to advise the House that the Chair shall seek a resolution of the Parliament today to invoke a special constitutional reference before the Supreme Court to clarify the Supreme Court's power to order breaches of the Constitution and organic law and the circumstances under which such orders can be made. With that, Honourable Members, we shall proceed to the only item of business today, and that is the matter concerning the notice of the vote of no confidence in the Prime Minister. I call on the Clerk of Parliament.
Notice number 295, Mr. Sam Basil, member for Bulalo, to move that this Parliament has no confidence in the Prime Minister, Honourable Peter O'Neill MP, and nominates the member for contempt, Honourable Don Polye MP, to be elected as the next Prime Minister of the independent state of Papua New Guinea.
Honourable members, in line with our standing orders and of course the court ruling, this matter now stands adjourned for 7 days to 22nd July 2016. And I call on the Leader of Government Business.
Mr. Speaker, I ask leave of Parliament to move a motion without notice, please.
Is leave granted?
Division. Enter the division.
Honourable Leader,
Kala.
I will not entertain a point of order right now. What we are doing now is trying to complete the process to adjourn Parliament. This is what we are trying to do now. So please resume your seat. Resume your seat. The Speaker is in total control of this House. We are going by the rules of orders of the court. So anyone should not be panicking in this House. I ask you to remain patient. I call on the Leader of Government Business.
Mr. Speaker, before I move my motion, if the Parliament pleases, may I inform Parliament that we have resumed Parliament as ordered by Supreme Court. This is an extraordinary sitting in compliance with the Supreme Court order. Mr. Speaker, not one order, but two orders. One order made in haste this morning, Mr. Speaker, consistent with the way the Opposition Leader has been saying Parliament should conduct since yesterday. Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker. And so we, on this side of the House.
What's the point of order?
My point of order is that, Mr. Speaker, you have made a ruling from your chair to adjourn Parliament for 7 days. There is no need for the Leader of Government Business to confuse this Parliament.
No, I think it's not the confusion. What is happening here is we have the chair.
I have a motion on foot, Mr. Speaker.
The Parliament has granted leave for him to move the motion. So in the process of moving it, he's making a statement before he moves the motion. As simple as that. The court allows that. So the chair will allow the Leader of Government Business to please complete the process of moving the motion.
Mr. Speaker, and so on this side of the House, consistent with the court orders, and may I say, not one court order, but two court orders, which was issued in the Supreme Court's wisdom, this side of the House will respect the court order, and we've accepted that the Section 145 motion is now on government notice, Mr. Speaker. And taking cue from your statement, Mr. Speaker, I move that Parliament, I move a motion that Parliament endorses your call for a constitutional reference, Mr. Speaker.
Questions, motion we agreed to. Those in favour say aye. Aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. The ayes have it.
Call the division.
Is there a division? Is the division? Would those in, there is a division. I'm entertaining the division. I'm entertaining a division. Would those in favour please rise? We are in the process of.
There's a point of order. You can't proceed without dealing with the point of order.
I'll take your point of order. There's a division, and I'm trying to establish if there is support for this motion that was called.
There's a point of order right now.
Okay, if there is a point of order, honourable leaders, resume your seat, and I'll accept this point of order.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. There is a procedure. We call for patience. The point of order is this. Point of order is this, Mr.
You can't have a point of order
on
one point of order that is existing. Honourable Governor, resume your seat, complete your point of order.
This is a special purpose sitting, Mr. Speaker, with only one agenda. The agenda is to have the motion introduced and to adjourn. That has already been achieved with your ruling. Full stop. There can be no further motion, no any other agenda introduced. We are now moving away from the purpose of this parliamentary recall into something else. The purpose of this parliament is not to call for the entertainment of any other motion other than to introduce the motion for a vote of no confidence and to adjourn it. So having made the ruling on already, you cannot call for another motion. Mr. Speaker, that is out of order. To do so will be in contempt of court, Mr. Speaker.
Point taken. Point taken. Honourable leaders, I feel at this time we have to be sensitive of what is happening around us. We have to be sensitive about what is happening in Papua New Guinea as well. And whilst I would really want to take this matter to court right now and get this parliament to resolve for us to take this matter for judicial review, I would rather exercise caution. And I would say we will do it after we've dealt with the matter that's before us. I'm exercising a lot of precaution here. And so, for that reason, I will ask the Leader of Government Business to go ahead with complete moving the motion for the adjournment of Parliament.
Mr. Speaker, point of order, if you can ask me to withdraw the motion. Okay, Mr. Speaker, I ask that Parliament withdraw this motion, please.
Questions, motion be agreed to. Those in favour say aye. Those against, no. The ayes have it. Leader, please go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, I ask Labour Parliament to move another motion without notice, please.
Is the leave granted?
Call division.
Is trying to adjourn Parliament.
Mr. Speaker, before I move for adjournment, I'm sure when you call for division, you would stand up, but they seem not to produce number on the other side, Mr. Speaker.
What's the point of moving division?
Mr. Speaker, I move that Parliament at its rising adjourn until Friday, the 22nd of July, 2016 at 10 o'clock, please.
Question is the motion be agreed to. Those in favour say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. All members, the question is that Parliament do now adjourn. Those in favour say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. I'm right,